The 2020 MLB Draft, officially known as the First-Year Player Draft or the Rule 4 Draft, kicked off Wednesday night. The selection process spans just 5 rounds this year and wraps up Thursday. MLB shortened the draft from the usual 40 rounds down to only 5 rounds as a cost-cutting move amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Detroit Tigers won only 47 games last season and, as a result, they held the top overall pick for the second time in 3 years. The Tigers used that number 1 selection on Arizona State slugger Spencer Torkelson. Vanderbilt's Austin Martin was ranked as the top player in the class, but he slipped to the Blue Jays at number 5. You can find CBS Sports' full top 50 draft prospect list here.
Here are 6 takeaways from Day 1 of the 2020 MLB Draft.
As expected, the Tigers selected Arizona State slugger Spencer Torkelson with the number 1 overall pick in the 2020 draft. Torkelson hit .337, .463, .729 with 54 home runs in 129 games as a Sun Devil, and he broke Barry Bonds' freshman record with 25 home runs in 2018. Detroit added the best all-around offensive talent in the draft to their pitching-rich farm system. What was not expected, however, was the Tigers taking Torkelson as a third baseman. He dabbled in the outfield in college, but was mostly a first baseman. Third base will be a new position for him. It's easy to go back to first base. The Tigers will try Torkelson at third and make him show he can't play the position before sticking him at first. Remember, the Tigers put Miguel Cabrera at third base to make room for Prince Fielder. If you can hit, the Tigers have shown they'll live with a below-average glove at the hot corner. You give me a bat and a glove, and I just want to win, Torkelson said during the MLB Network broadcast. That's it.
When he ran drafts for the Astros, Orioles GM Mike Elias often manipulated the team's bonus pool to secure 2 top talents. In English, that means Elias would cut a below-slot deal with his top pick and use the savings on a top talent that fell to a later pick. He did it with Carlos Correa, number 1 pick, and Lance McCullers Jr. number 41 pick, in 2012, most notably. Elias appears to have done that again in 2020. The O's selected Arkansas slugger Heston Kjerstad, the number 17 prospect in the draft class, with the number 2 pick in the draft. They then used the number 30 pick on Mississippi State infielder Jordan Westburg, an analytics darling thanks to big exit velocities. The Orioles hold the number 39 pick, the second pick, Thursday, and are poised to redirect the savings from the Kjerstad pick to a top talent there.
With the number 5 pick, no less. R.J. Anderson ranked Vanderbilt super utility player Austin Martin as the best player in the draft class, but he was passed over with the top 4 picks, and the Blue Jays weren't going to let him slip any further. Toronto's great young position player core, Bo Bichette, Cavan Biggio, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., etc., got that much better. They have some things to figure out on the mound, no doubt, but the Blue Jays have the making of a championship-caliber lineup. They have to be over the moon Martin fell to them.
For the first time in history, 7 college players were selected with the first 7 picks of the draft. The previous record was 5 college players to begin the draft, done twice, 1992, Phil Nevin, Paul Shuey, B.J. Wallace, Jeffrey Hammonds, Chad Mottola, and 2018, Casey Mize, Joey Bart, Alec Boehm, Nick Madrigal, Jonathan India.
Look where this year's top 7 picks were drafted out of high school 3 years ago.
Props to those 7 kids for turning themselves into high draft picks after being afterthoughts in high school. This draft class was deep in college talent to start with, but the COVID-19 pandemic forced amateur baseball to shut down this spring, so teams didn't get many looks at the top high school players. That pushed them to college players, whom they had years of scouting and statistical information to fall back on.
The draft class is short on quality middle infielders, and Ed Howard might have been the best true shortstop available this year. The Cubs selected Howard, a Chicago high schooler, Mount Carmel HS, and the Gatorade Illinois Player of the Year, with the number 16 pick. It was a true hometown pick. Howard is the first Illinois high school position player selected in the first round since Jason Worth in 1997. He has been described as a solid all-around ballplayer rather than a guy with one real loud, standout tool.
Hands down, the biggest surprise of the first round was the Red Sox taking California high school infielder Nick York with the number 17 pick. Baseball America ranked York as the 96th best prospect in the draft class. MLB.com ranked him 139th. Not a first-round ranking, certainly.
The Red Sox forfeited their second-round pick as punishment for the sign-stealing scandal, and there was speculation they were punting their first-round pick to save money. York is committed to Arizona. The team shot that down immediately.
This is simply a case of a team liking a player more than the public rankings. This was an unusual spring. We love this kid's bat. We think he has a chance to be a special bat. We feel if the spring had gotten a chance to play out, the public perception of him would be a lot different, Chief Baseball Officer Chaim Bloom said on a conference call following the pick.
Below is our live blog from day one of the draft. Our CBS Sports MLB Draft experts will continue breaking down picks when the draft resumes Thursday evening.